I'm Roger Webb, and welcome to my office actually, because this is southern Tasmania and it's midwinter, and it's not very nice at the workshop today. So today I'm going to do a tutorial on the new ArtCAM program. If you go into the YouTube site for ArtCAM, this is the opening page. Actually, you'll see me there as well, just as a side note. But more importantly, if you click on videos, you will see that there are many instructional videos telling you exactly how to use all the ArtCAM programs. Actually, it goes way back. If you scroll down through, it goes way back even to ArtCAM Express, the first ArtCAM programs back in 2008, I believe. Anyway, what concerns us now is the more recent new ArtCAM programs, ArtCAM Standard and ArtCAM Premium, which start off in this area here, and it takes you through very basic 2D drawing, 2.5D construction, tool paths, even how to manipulate and 3D even reliefs. How to make 3D reliefs. So I advise you to actually go here. It's a wealth of information, as you would expect from the ArtCAM group. This is the new ArtCAM Premium program. So this is the screen that welcomes you when you start the program up. You have the option down in this bottom corner here to go to, I suppose, help areas, which is the forum, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Instructables. Recent models. Now this is a brand new computer that I've installed this on. It's a 1 terabyte, and it's, I believe, yes, there are 8 gig RAM, and it's Hewlett & Packard, and it's I prefer Hewlett & Packard myself. It's a very good product. You can go here to open a file. There's no files in there at the moment of previous work. So what I'm going to do is open new model. So this brings up the new model dialog box, and you can alter the X width and the Y dimension here for the size of your material. 50 millimeter and 50 millimeter. Don't really need that higher resolution. The resolution here slider, if you take it up to here, which is 4000 by 4000 points, which is 100 and something, a lot of points, this will ultimately slow your computer down when it is calculating tool paths, especially if it's doing a 3D. So this is a 2D job that is going to be, I can take it down to low resolution, so it doesn't slow my computer up in any way. I'm not really sure how this computer will react. It should react fairly well, I think. So we set it on low resolution anyway. I always work in millimeters. Now this is the section where you determine your orientation of the program. So you can choose any corner or the center. Now for this particular job, it's like a medallion. So it's going to be circular. I normally start in the middle for this sort of job. That's my preference. Other router users would start here in this bottom corner. CNC milling machines like a Tormac would start here in this left hand back corner. So we're starting in the middle. And yes, I mentioned Tormac. Yes. This program will set up G codes and many other different types of writing code for many, if not all, CNC machining. So, okay, we've set that. So this is the screen that ArtCAM Premium opens up in. Now, I suppose this is the new standard screen. Now, if you're used to, or you would prefer the older screens for ArtCAM Pro or ArtCAM DualSmith, you can change this by going to the window up here and selecting Layout and going to Classic. Now this puts you into the screen that most of the old timers would recognize ArtCAM. So all the modeling tools and drawing tools are down this side here. But for now, I'll put it back into the standard layout because this is the new format. So what we have here, we have the color palette down this side here, side bottom rather. Then along this side you have your vector drawing and some manipulating tools all down this side here. We're in the this 2D. This is the 2D vision. You'll see it's a white screen for your material area, and the 3D is gold. So you can tell by the color which screen you're in as well. If you want to, you can actually move this around on the screen, but if you want, you can do an isometric view like this. You can still move it around. That's holding both mouse keys down together, and you can move it around. That's left hand view, right hand view. Of course there's nothing drawn in 3D at the moment, so you can't actually see, and that's plan view. You can also toggle it like this. This is the toggle or twiddle, toggle, whichever way you want to call it, and you can actually move it around any angle, but the center orientation is fixed, but you can actually move it around. And if you sort of get it into an area and think, oh, I can't get it back to the plan view, all you do is hit the plan view and turn toggle off. Then we have then lighting, and we can turn on and off the back plane. This turns on and off the actual orientation icon in the center of the material here. You'll notice that some of the icons are grayed out because there's nothing been drawn yet to be able to use. If you hold your cursor over any particular icon and you're not sure what it is, a little description will come up and tell you. And there's the toolpath one. Obviously that won't light up or become nice and colourful like this until you have a 3D object drawn. And yes, there's many other tools that I don't want to confuse you with telling you which which each individual one of these, of all of these, actually does, because over the coming months we will be using each individual tool for doing a particular job. So I just explained the tools that you would need to start drawing and start working with ArtCAM. Okay, so this slider bar here, you use this in conjunction, it's like a contrast slider bar. We will use this later on. So this will bring, if you brought imported a picture, for example, you can actually fade the picture out or bring the picture up with the contrast to just have a ghosting of the picture and draw around it if you wish. That's one of the uses of this slider bar. So then we go the second level up here. Then it's a shape editor, two rail sweep tool. This is probably a different language to you at the moment, but you'll get to know what these acronyms actually mean when you start using them. But these are 3D modeling tools. This one I particularly like. This, if you wish to, you can actually make a like a necklace chain or any type of pattern, 3D pattern, to go around the edge of, shall we say, a picture frame or something like that. That's a very useful tool. They're all very useful tools, but I particularly like that one. And so on and so forth. This one here, this is your relief Clipart library. And these are all the relief clip arts that come with your program, whether it be the premium that this program is, or whether it's the standard. Both programs get this. While we're on the subject of the ArtCAM standard, the ArtCAM standard, you can actually manipulate a 3D relief. You can do an awful lot actually. You can actually partly make a 3D relief with the standard program, but this particular program, they're much more complex tools that you can do a lot more with, obviously being a professional program. So these reliefs you can use in their entirety or even part of. If you wish to like take the fairy here and clip her wings off and just use her as a ballerina, you can do that. So you can use the reliefs as a whole. You can use reliefs as part. In other words, you can crop part of the relief off and just use it. Or indeed, you can use as many of these reliefs in one. In other words, you can make a single relief out of as many. Indeed, my video 169 shows you how to put several different reliefs in to make one relief, and that is using ArtCAM standard. So you can scroll down through. There's many different types of relief already built into the program, and there you go. I believe there's over 600 here, and of course you don't have to use the reliefs within the program. You can import a relief or a grayscale picture or even a photograph, and ArtCAM will convert that photograph into a relief. So I think we'll make this this first video we'll call it our first video. We'll just make this one a general look at the new program and a little bit of description of what tooling is in here. Yeah, so all these are 3D manipulating tools. These here in this section here are the same through all of the ArtCAM programs. These are the vector tools, vector clipping, copying, and so on and so forth. This is also copying up here, as I'm sure most of you will recognize from the ArtCAM Express and other programs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change this format to my preferred, because I'm old school and I find the tools easy to recognize and get to. This is the classic format of the ArtCAM programs, so I actually prefer to use drawing tools. So same as all the ArtCAM programs, if you see an icon and there's a little arrow either in the corner or one side or somewhere on the icon, if you left click it and hold down, a flyer box will come out, and there's a lot more drawing tools behind, or there's a lot more tools in general behind that single icon. So we're going to draw a circle here, and if you notice I have snap turned on. Okay, so that will snap immediately to the center and you can pull it out. Now I like working in diameter or not radius, because I don't have to think too hard about it. Okay, so we're going to go 40mm there. And really it's as easy as that, and it's already set to the center of the material because it's showing an X and Y 0. I'm going to say create, and there it is. So, and cancel. So drawing with ArtCAM is so very simple. Now, you may actually find it easier to draw in the two-dimensional window, which is there. Now, in the two-dimensional window, you actually can't move the plane around. Okay, so we have a circle there, which is 40mm in diameter, but it's just a drawing on a virtual piece of paper. Now, this is how quick you can actually make that into a relief, and you can do this in real time. So I've just now put the 3D screen on, and we're going to put the isometric view on. So it's still a virtual flat piece of paper with a circle drawn on it. But if we pull up this tool here, now this is the shape editor, and we press that, it brings up another dialog box, and this time we're going to say, okay, we want it rounded. We want to, so I just want to show you a rounded, so you can make half a ball, just to show you that that is a 3D. If you hold your scroll wheel down, you can actually pan this around and actually indeed see that, well, we have a 3D relief here now. It's a very, very simple one, but it's one that we could actually cut if we wish to. If you want to move this bodily around, you can do that by holding both mouse keys down together. So that's very, very simply showing you how to make a very, very simple relief, and how simple it is. So I think that'll do for this particular session with ArtCAM. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you subscribe to my channel, press like, and visit my channel and some of the other videos that I've put out there. So from me now, it's bye for now.